Hi, I'm back here again, and I want to talk to you today about how I cope with life's most challenging moments. And the reason why I wanted to make this video today is there's a lot going on in the world. And before I go into that, I just want to say this video is not here to trigger anyone. This is just a video that I feel from my heart that I need to make for you guys out there and reinforce to myself how to get through some difficult times. Because when you turn the TV on, there's a lot of challenges you're seeing very powerful people are struggling with. And then also, if you look into our community, there's a lot of things happening in our community where people are going through some major tragedy and struggles. And myself am going through it. And the reason why I want to make this video is a lot of times, a lot of my clients are saying to me, and my friends are saying to me, and my family is saying to me, they're all like, "Hey, Brian, it's easy for you. You're military. You're a gym owner. You're a trainer. You've got a great family life. It's easy for you. But you know what? It looks easy because I have these strategies that allow me to cope with these challenging situations." And the reason I want to share these with you is because these are things that I do. Doesn't mean I don't have a bad day or I don't have a bad experience, but it helps me show up to be my best in how I can cope with these challenging struggles that I may have. And I want to help you with that too. So the first thing that I want to go in with, talk about is one of the biggest things that I see with a lot of my clients and my friends and people that I talk to is, when you get on an airplane, they go through all these instructions in case there's something tragic that happens. And one of the first things that they tell you on the plane is that you need to put on your mask first. And the reason why you got to put your mask on first is if you don't put that on first, you're not going to be able to help anyone else. And for the longest time, myself, I want to help everybody else. I want to make a difference for everybody else. And I hear that from my clients when I sit down with them for the first time. And I say, "So why now do you need to do this plan?" And they say they've been giving so much to everybody else that they don't feel like they have anything less. And a lot of times people think it's selfish to put themselves first, but you've got to realize that in my situation, if I don't take care of myself and make myself a priority, the people around me suffer. So you got to put yourself first, and you're not selfish for doing that. That's the first thing, the mindset that you need to have going forward is you got to put yourself first, and you got to take care of yourself first. And when you do that, you're going to show up at your best for everybody else. And that's what we want to do here. The next thing, I'm a big sports fan, or maybe for you, you're into going to concerts. But have you ever showed up to a sporting event or a concert an hour, 2 hours early? What you'll see is that these artists are, putting their music out there, testing, checking the microphones, or the athletes, they're stretching, they're going over every jump shot on the floor that they might possibly see. They're working with trainers to get their bodies ready. Is that they have rituals that are going to set them up for success. And there's two types of rituals that I see with clients that I have and personally train, either when they're starting out or either they slip up and get into. Is one, they've got rituals of bad habits. They've got vices, drinking, smoking, overeating, procrastination. And then there's the other rituals. There's the rituals that build you up. And these are the cure to helping you when you're going through life's most challenging moments. And those rituals are, number one, you've got to get up every day, and you've got to have a vision for your life. You've got to have some kind of goals and check in with them every single day. And then the next thing, it's a ritual of putting something positive in your mind. Read something positive that's going to take you to your goal or educate you on how you're going to get to that goal, or some inspiration or a story of somebody else that has done something that you wanted to do. So every day, get up first thing in the morning and I put something positive in my mind, and then I think about 3 things that's going well in my life. Because there's always something that I find in my life, there's always 3 or 4 bad things that happen every day. But I also, if I look at my day, there's always 3 or 4 really magnificent things in my day that I could look for. Now, what do we want to focus on most of the time is the challenge. But really, if we take a moment and focus on those positive things first thing in the morning, it's going to set you up for the day. So you're already winning right there. And then the next one is the ritual of exercise. So every day I do something to get my body moving, to get the positive hormones and endorphins going in my body, and it gets me going. Some days it's just a 15-minute walk. Other days it's a total body resistance training workout. Other days it's a run. It's something just to get my body moving every single day, to put me in a good state of mind in my physiology. And then once I get those going, I've got a lot of wins set up throughout the day that's already got me going. So that way when something does come up, I feel a little stressed or frustrated about it, but I'm able to move forward onto the next thing. When I was in the Air Force, which is the next thing I want to talk about, is when I was in the Air Force, there was, I'd worked on the flight line. I was a weapons loader, and the pilots would come out and they would always have these different, pre-flight checklists. They have their flight checklists, and they have all these different indicators that help them fly this $15+ million aircraft. And, we are invaluable to our communities. We're invaluable to the people around us that count on us the most. So we've got to have some kind of indicators for ourselves to help us get back on track. And one that I learned back in 2016 from a coach that I was working with is halts. And I can check in with myself on a weekly basis. It took a little bit in the beginning to get the checklist down, but with this acronym HALTS, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, stressed, if I'm feeling a little bit off, I can go, okay, am I hungry? Okay, I'm hungry. What can I fuel my body with? Am I angry or upset about it? Is it something that I can communicate with somebody else? Is it something that I can forgive myself for, forgive them for? Is it something that I can take a positive action moving forward to move past that anger? Or is it a standard that I violated with myself? Lonely. What I can do is I can reach out to a group of really close friends and family that I can talk to and share what's going on. If I'm tired, you know what? Sometimes I take a 15-minute power nap. Sometimes I know that night I'm going to get to bed a little bit earlier. And if I'm under stress, the other indicator is I get out a piece of paper. And a quote that I heard a long time ago is, when you write your problem down, something you're stressed about, it's 50% solved. So what I've learned is I do brain dumps on a weekly basis, daily basis, or sometimes when I just feel overwhelmed, I put it all on a piece of paper, and already there I can start taking action on those. And when you take action on something you're stressed on, it alleviates anxiety. Anxiety is usually a buildup of something that's been on your mind that you're not taking action on. So check in with yourself with those indicators, with that hungry, angry, lonely, tired, stressed. HALT. And then the last one is you've got to remember that when you're on your mission and you're making a difference in people's life and there's people counting on you, sometimes when you're in the fog, you're not going to see those indicators. And you're not going to see the difference that you're making. And just an example, in my life, recently, I got a card from my team and the people here at the gym that I work at, and it was very touching because it let me know, even though you might get overwhelmed with life, you might get overwhelmed with stress, that when you check in, you get something like that with all those names in there and all those thank yous in there. And it's not that you live for those things, but it lets you show that you're making a difference. And realize no matter what you're going through in your life, you're a leader, you're making a difference in somebody's life. somebody is counting on you. And if you weren't there, you weren't filling that unique role that you have, then you know what? They wouldn't be able to move on. So thank you everybody who gave me that card. That was really touching. Was probably the second best event that I had this past year outside of having my son. So thank you for that. So put these to work. Take care of yourself. Make yourself priority. Get into those positive rituals. Check in with halts, and then realize, you're important. And remember, there's gonna be bad days. There's gonna be horrible days. But remember, despite all of that, you've got a great life. Hey, you guys have a great day. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.